And we're back at it here with some more Dolphins franchise going into Week 17, final game of the regular season. About to take on the 1-14 New England Patriots. So we've already clinched the division. Obviously now 13-2, losing our last two games. Tough games against the Titans and Chiefs. So obviously with that, we can't clinch the number one seed. Even though the Ravens lost last week, we're only one game behind them at 14-1. Due to the fact you'll see here in a second to the AFC record, since we did not face with the Ravens in the regular season, we can't, even if they lose and we win, there's no way we can clinch the number one seed. We'll see here. Tiebreaker goes to conference record, and you can see if we get to it here, they have not lost in the conference at all. They're 11-0, only loss coming to an NFC team. Both of our losses coming to AFC teams, so we can't. The problem is also that if we lose this game against New England and Kansas City wins, since they beat us last week, they'll get the number 2 seed. And that happened last year to us, and we ended up going to Kansas City and losing. So obviously, would love to win this game. Now, I'm not going to really play the starters that much at all. So we're going to go with that, because I think we could still beat New England, even with, majority of our starters out. Kirkpatrick and Tua, I want to get them in just for a couple plays. I want to get him to 2,000 yards receiving. I want to get Tua to 5,000 yards passing. That's kind of important. I like to do that. I want to do that. But also, looking around, I totally forgot we had Austin Dillard on the practice squad. Now, Austin Dillard, a couple years ago, was the number 2 overall pick in the draft by Jacksonville. They did not use him at all. He did not play. They released him. I just totally forgot we even signed him to the practice squad. Nobody stole him off our practice squad. So we're going to sign him. We're going to give him a start here in this final game, see what he has. Why not? I mean, he progressed pretty well because he got an attribute point. So that's good to see. But yeah, we'll come into this game against New England. We beat them a few weeks ago, 30-20. Only one win on the season. Like I said, even with backups, I think we're good enough to get the victory. A lot of our defensive guys will probably still stay in the ball game. But even with Gus Edwards, Terrence Galvin, Jalen Hurts will get, the majority of the snaps here. But I think defensively, we can just shut down this team. So we're going to go quick through this Week 17 game. This is going to be a little bit quicker than normal as Nathan Martin gets in there. The pressure, he has just been unbelievable the last few weeks. And there he is, next play on 3rd and 10. Gets the sack on Fitzsimmons. Brings him down, and man, we could use something like that come playoff time. That is for sure. So obviously in these weather conditions, yeah, we're just going to do a couple passes here with Tua, try to get him 5,000 yards, try to get Kirkpatrick to 2,000 yards receiving, and then get them out of the ball game. I don't even want to risk injury at all. We've had problems with our offensive line with injury. We don't want to just, have one of these guys go down, especially Tua. That would be absolutely detrimental, that is for sure. As he gets to 5,000 passing yards, he gets over 2,000 yards receiving, and now 1st and 10 from the 34. Tua's going to wind up firing. It's going to be picked off. I believe that's J.C. Jackson who's going to intercept that one. New England secondary still got plenty of talent, that is for sure. Interception there, and that's going to be it for Tua. He'll be out for the rest of the game. Don't want to, obviously, like I said, just risk anything. So he is done, but we got what we needed to get done, as on 3rd and 13, New England trying to get their second win of the year, trying to go for 2 straight. So give them a little bit credit, but I think we can definitely get the job done. 2nd and 10 to the outside. That's going to be caught by Dalton Keene. He beats man in coverage, and he'll be brought down to around the 28-yard line. So only a few kind of defensive guys not in there, like Jerome Baker not playing in this ball game. Courtney Hayward getting the start. Randall Morgan gets in there for the sack. So that's what you want to see down the stretch. Good pressure. Hopefully we can just, keep this New England team to really much nothing. And you can see the defense, pressure in his face once again. Spin move, but caught, and that's going to be a 1st down up to the 16-yard line. Fitzsimmons. It's going to be interesting to see what New England does in the offseason. They'll have the number 1 overall pick, obviously. There's a couple quarterbacks in this draft class. The question is, do you stick with Fitzsimmons? He's been pretty decent this season, but obviously his development not the greatest. Does have some deficiencies, but maybe do you stick with him? As Hurts can't find the receiver there, but do you stick with him and then build a team otherwise? That'll be interesting, because obviously whoever they take or whatever they do come in the offseason, they're in this is a division team, so we'll see them next year, whether they have a new quarterback, same quarterback, maybe now a primetime receiver or defensive player, as Randall Morgan gets in there for his second sack of the ball game. So I still think this New England team has some talent, obviously, but just not clicking right now. 3rd and 18, finding OBJ for the catch. First down. Yeah, what do you do with Odell Beckham Jr.? What do you do with the veterans on the defensive side of the ball? You know, are those guys gone? Did they just complete rebuild this team? I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting, as that's going to be a missed throw. Christian Kirksey comes in there, the ball pretty much falls in his lap for the interception, and that'll give us a great field position here at the 29-yard line. So this game was really, you know, obviously I know Hurts can run the ball, but what can he do throwing the ball? I mean, that's why you kind of sign him, see if he develops. Maybe he's a guy that can be something. Who knows? We'll see. But right now, this is probably the best, most time I've seen at him so far. Just obviously hasn't gotten much opportunity this season at all, as the 3rd and 3 run is stopped by Blake Martinez. And now 4th and 3, we're going to go for it. See if Hurts can pick this one up. As Hurts dropping back to throw, he's going to try to run up the middle. And Chase Vinovich is there to bring him down. So even though we got that interception right there, get no points out of it, it's still a 3-0 ball game, as Austin Cloud still in here, still playing this ball game and just laying the wood. Check out this hit. Bam! Just coming right down there, drilling them. I mean, that's a guy that definitely is saying, yeah, you're not taking me out of this ball game, whether we need this one or not. I'm going to still play. Brings up a 3rd and 3 up the middle, and the run defense is there. Kirksey for the stop. And New England going nowhere in this defense. That's what I thought. That's why I was, let's take out some key starters. We know we will be playing next week. If we had the bye, like Baltimore have, I think I'm in the area that I would have played the starters fully in this ball game. I think too much rest can definitely hurt you when a team gets hot in the playoffs. So, but right now, knowing we'll play next week, just rest a couple of key starters. Most other guys still playing in this ball game, and you can see defensively that we're having a lot better luck than we did last time against New England. 2nd and 8, handoff to Galvin up the middle. He's up to the 5-yard line and trying to get on the board here is this offense. And we got another 4th down. 4th down and inches. We got stopped last time with 4th down. This time Gus Edwards up the middle, and I believe he just got enough to pick up the 1st down, and we'll move the chains. 1st and goal now from the 3, spreading everybody out. Hurts is going to take this one himself, and he's in for the touchdown. So finally here in the 2nd quarter, we are on the board, trying to take a look at the scores underneath to see even if we need this game. That's going to be the real, obviously, issue. If Kansas City wins, we still need to win. And it came back to bite us last year. I kind of had the effect last year, even if we didn't get the bye, like what's it matter for the 2 or 3 seed? And then we win in wild card weekend, and then we go to Kansas City, and what happens? We lose. So maybe that makes a difference. See if we can hang on to this number 2 seed, and maybe this year, we face off against Kansas City, but they come here, because so far the luck we've had against Kansas City as we lost last week in the snow, has not been good. Going down the seam, and that's Garvin, the rookie, coming away with a great catch in coverage. Going to put us in field goal range. Bring Sanders out for about a 42-yard field goal before halftime. This one's up. It is good. So we take the 10-3 lead at half. Defense playing well, trying to hand New England their 15th loss of the season. One of the worst seasons in Patriots history. Yeah, like I said, what a demise after just 2 years ago. Winning the division, one of the best teams in football, have an MVP quarterback, and in 2 years, they are a 1-15 team. Unbelievable. So here we go, second half. Hurts continuing. 1st and 10. He's going to roll out. He's going to fire. That's going to be caught. Garvin with the catch. This rookie receiver hasn't had a lot of time, obviously, this year. It's, been Patrick's year, that is for sure. But making some plays here in this ball game. Good to see is Gus Edwards with the carry. Got some blocks. He's got plenty of room to run. He's up to the 29-yard line. Give him 14 yards. Good game for him. 10 carries, 53 yards. Looking pretty good. As we move the chains up to the 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Hurts dropping back. Looking. Time to throw to the outside. And that's going to be caught. And there he is. Austin Dillard. I still can't believe Jacksonville takes him at number 2. I know he has only normal development, but just doesn't get anything out of him and just straight releases him after 2 years. We give him a shot here. So who knows if that's going to be picked off by Stephon Gilmore in the back of the end zone. Just not a good decision, not a good throw. And really, I'm really intrigued. I mean, what do we do in the offseason? I mean, T. Higgins is going to be a free agent. We got Pat Kirkpatrick. We got Claiborne, who looks pretty good. You know, maybe do we give Dillard a shot? See who's maybe a free agency? You know, that's a possibility. Maybe we bring in another, under-the-radar guy and let Dillard and them battle it out for the number 3 receiver. I think that would be an interesting idea. See if we can kind of, have a. It's not even a career revival. I mean, he didn't even get a shot in Jacksonville. So maybe we just give him a shot here and see what he can do. Different system, different, area. I mean, it just helps out a lot for sure sometimes with guys where you get into a situation, it just doesn't work out, but you go somewhere else and it works out. So maybe this is where we can take a lot of the pressure off. I mean, he's not going to be the number 1 guy, so that may be where he can thrive a little bit. And obviously he's a bigger receiver and kind of fills that role because we already got the 2 speedsters, kind of that possession guy. So maybe that's the opportunity. As here's Dillard with the catch in space, so he's got it, first down, and he's up to the 30-yard line. So getting his first couple catches of his NFL career, crazy for a number 2 pick. And now we're moving up to the 27-yard line. Hurts dropping back on a 3rd down. Not going to have anything there, just throw it away. Incomplete. We'll bring out Sanders for about a 45-yard field goal. This one's going to be up, and it is going to be good. So it puts this to a 13-6 ball game, up 7 here in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to this victory. See below, Ravens up 28-21. Really doesn't matter what they do either. Like I said, even if they lose and we win this ball game, doesn't matter. They have that tiebreaker over us. And right now, the way it's looking here, Kansas City probably rooting for New England, but they not looking good at the moment. But that's a screen pass, picks up some yards. As you see, Kansas City, I believe, is winning. There you go, 28-21 against the Chargers. That's going to be roughing the passer. So right now, looking at that below, maybe they hang on against the Chargers, and we do have to get this victory. We're only up 7 here with 10 minutes left. Looking back is Fitzsimmons, and that's going nowhere. Roquan Davis gets in there for the sack all the way back to the 40, and they're going to try about a 56-yard field goal in the rain, in the wind, and yeah, that's not even close. Way wide left. Might have had the distance, but with that is going to give us really good field position and try to, get a score, put this game away. 2nd and 9. That's going to find Ian Thomas for the catch, breaking 1 tackle, and he's up to the 35-yard line. Hurts has been on and off in this ball game, throwing a couple picks. Definitely still needs tons of work in development, that is for sure. 3rd and 2. Hurts wide open is Dillard. Dillard down to the 5, makes the juke move, and he's in for the touchdown. Austin Dillard with his first career TD, and maybe his first career game. Maybe he didn't even play for Jacksonville. I'm not even sure of the downs. Maybe didn't even get on the field, but gets the score. And that'll be the ball game for Week 17 with a victory of 20-6 here against New England. And that'll improve our record on the season to end it off at 14-2, clinching the number 2 seed. And now the question is, with all those teams at the bottom, you had Pittsburgh, you had Buffalo, you had the Jets battling. Who is going to get that 7th and final spot? And that will be the team we will take on in the wild card round. So it's going to be interesting because obviously we've seen the games against Buffalo. Those 2 games this season have been unreal, down to the wire. And to take on a team like Buffalo, a division team, for a third game this season, that would be a tough test. Obviously, same thing with the Jets. If the Jets somehow get in, that's a possibility. But it's not going to be either one of those 2. It's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, who ended up getting the 7th spot. I guess they lose to Baltimore. Buffalo wins. So Buffalo jumps them. Jets miss out on the playoffs. So we take on Pittsburgh. First year in this franchise, we somehow surprisingly made the playoffs. Ended up going to Pittsburgh and losing. But I think it's going to be so tough. They have a great defense. Last year signing Fred Warner. It's going to be a tough test against Pittsburgh, no doubt about it. I think all the 8 teams in the AFC are fantastic. I think this AFC is so stacked. It's just all the young quarterbacks. You got Lamar right there, 15-1. Browns, Mayfield in there. Pittsburgh, obviously, with their young quarterback. Tennessee still has Tannehill, but obviously they're just a tough team. Bills with Josh Allen. Jets at 10-6. Their best season, but still miss out. And then obviously Kansas City with Mahomes. There's just so many good quarterbacks that the AFC is tough. Jordan Love takes over the Packers after Rodgers retires. They go 12-4. They are the number 1 seed in the AFC. 3 teams make it out of the South. Cowboys win that division over the Washington football team. And the Cardinals at 8-8 get in the playoffs. And we got 5,000 yards for Tua. Best season of his career. Unbelievable. 45 touchdowns. Dalton Steele, just about 1,500 yards, 14 touchdowns. Misses out, obviously, I think, on the rushing title because we didn't play in the last game. But 2,000 yards receiving. Pat Kirkpatrick, as a rookie, just did something no receiver has done in NFL history. He has done it over 2,000 yards. Breaks the record for TDs with 25. Claiborne over 1,000 yards. Gesicki with 825. So Claiborne's first year starting over 1,000 yards, 11 touchdown receptions. Great season for him. He got his shot this year, and he shined big time. And hopefully it'll be great career ahead. Courtney Hayward, we took him in the first round just for the heck of it. We had 2 of them, and he turned out to be a great player. Nathan Martin, another young guy, steps up, 10 sacks to lead us, and I think 5 of them were at the final few weeks of the season. So he was fantastic. Vince Haynes stepped up. Becton looked pretty good. But yeah, really impressed with Courtney Hayward. He was a fantastic player this year, and it's good to see going forward a nice young linebacker we have. As Josh Allen actually beats us, he throws for 5,200 yards. Man, Josh Allen, killing it. Mayfield up there, Calvin McLean. Yeah, Jordan Love, what a season for him. Cam Newton still 41 touchdowns for Cam Newton. So he's still doing it in Tampa Bay. They didn't make the playoffs. So maybe New England probably should have thought about re-signing him here, and he would have helped out. As we do lead the league in touchdowns with 45. Like I said, Newton with 41. Josh Allen with 40. So it's really going to be interesting to see what the MVP race is going to be. Because I think we have to be a front runner. One of the best records in football. Lead the league in touchdowns, 5,000 yards. But Josh Allen is right there. So it's going to be interesting to see who they think is the MVP of the league. I would love to win it with Tua. I think he definitely deserves it. That is for sure. As Dalton Steele still does lead the NFL in rushing touchdowns with 14. So he just really showed up at the end of the season as well. So that's where obviously we're going to have to get going here in this playoff time. Pat Kirkpatrick obviously leading in pretty much every category. Just sweeps everything. Yards, TDs, catches, no doubt about it. But it's cool to see Claiborne up there in the top 10 in receiving yards as well. So that is really cool to see. Obviously, when you're throwing for 5,000 yards and your main targets are a couple guys, that's definitely what is going to happen for sure. But yeah, touchdowns, we're definitely going to lead easily, 25. Renfrew did have 16. And look at Humphreys with 13 as well. Jonnu Smith with 13. Quentin Tate 13. Landry up there, and you can see if we go down the list here, tied with 11 guys, and there's Claiborne again. So great season. Lavarius Claiborne, 4th round pick. Shining a couple spots the last couple years. We saw the potential, decided to go with him this year, trusted him, and really that trust has obviously worked out to our benefit. Fantastic season to the young receiver, and then pair him with the speedster on the other side, Pat Kirkpatrick. I mean, we have a duo that's definitely tough to beat. Roquan Smith actually leads the league in interceptions. Devin Bush, guy we will see here coming up in this wild card game with 5 interceptions. This Pittsburgh defense is definitely insanely tough, no doubt about it. They're just stacked with guys. Steven Nelson with 3, Fred Warner with 3. And as you can see from these numbers, Pittsburgh is the number 1 team in the NFL in turnovers. They turn the ball over. They got a great defense, so we'll be in for a test. As we got a lot of guys with upgrades here at the end of the season. Tua, he's up to a 91 overall, +2, so he's up to a 93 overall. Man, I'm hoping he gets an upgrade over the season. I'm hoping he gets he's only a star development still. I hope with this season, MVP type season, that he definitely goes up to at least a superstar. He definitely deserves it 100%. The years he's been putting up, no doubt about it. Claiborne, he is up to an 80 +2 morale. Pat Kirkpatrick, this dude is just unreal. Potential is, who knows what he's going to turn out to be. It's going to be tough, obviously, next season to even think about competing with this season he just had. This is like one of the greatest seasons, if not the greatest season in NFL history for a receiver. So to back that up, it's going to be tough. But if he can, consistently put up near 100 catches, maybe like 1,500 yards, double-digit touchdowns, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to complain about it at all. It's just one of these seasons where he just went absolutely bananas and pretty much took over the league right now, as he's up now to already now an 87 overall, technically an 85 with +2 morale. Guy's unreal, and it's only in his first year. It's just absolutely crazy to think about that this is only his first year. He had four upgrades. So that's why we just kept going here. 4, he got the ability unlocked once again after going over 85 overall. So he's unreal. Courtney Hayward, it was like a pick that we saw the talent there, possibly. Why not? Give him a shot, and he's really turned out to be outstanding. Nathan Martin, a third-round pick a few years ago. Really haven't seen much of his potential, but now we're starting to see it as he's performed well the final few weeks of the season. As we go into the wild card round, we'll take on Pittsburgh. I mean, they have a top 5 offense with quarterback Brian Payton in his third year now. So they're decent. It's just, they rely on the defense, and we're probably going to be in store for another, tight defensive ball game. That's what happens when you get into the playoff situations. Happens all the time, but hopefully we have enough offense to get the job done and head on to the divisional round. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I appreciate it. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.